Hi, Northlake family and friends. Pastor Jeff here. Have you ever heard of a poetry slam? It's a competition in which poets recite their works in front of a live audience and a panel of judges. It's actually been a development over the last 35 years or so, spread out of Chicago since the mid-'80s. And it tends not to be stuffy and formal, but rather very playful, actually can be quite boisterous. Some poetry purists are quite disgusted with poetry slams. But others argue that they have brought poetry more toward the mainstream. Taylor Mali had been a teacher of English, math, and history for high school students for nearly a decade when he put his teaching career on hold to become an award-winning slam poet. And he left behind teaching. However, now he has actually inspired more than 1,000 people to become teachers. He's made a huge impact on education. I first heard his work probably about 15 years ago. And then about 5 years ago, I heard for the first time an online performance of his poem entitled Conviction. In that poem, he's actually critiquing a trend of wishy-washy, non-committal communication. It's pretty funny how he goes after that. In his delivery of a short poem, he'll make you laugh and he'll make you think. Mike Snow, who's the producer of our Northlake Midweek messages, is going to put some information here for you, and then it'll also be in the information, the description for this video of Northlakes, so you could jump in to watch Taylor Mali's 3-minute video if you'd like to see it for yourself. There's one line in particular that I just love. He says, I want to ask you to join me on the bandwagon of my own uncertainty. I want to invite you to join me on the bandwagon of my own uncertainty. Well, I'm borrowing that phrase, bandwagon of my uncertainty, the bandwagon of uncertainty. And I want to use that as the title for the message this coming Sunday. Let's consider our own convictions and how we hold them and how we live them in the name of Jesus Christ. I look forward to that with you in worship, whether it's in person or online. And for those of you who are with us on campus this Sunday, let me remind you that we have a brief congregational meeting, a special meeting called for 10:45, dropped in between the two services, the second and third. And as we've explained before, it'll be a brief meeting solely for the purpose of electing new officers to fill vacancies here at the mid-year point. So if you are a regular 8:15 attendee, just go on to Sunday school class or perhaps have breakfast and then come on back to the sanctuary for this meeting. If you're at the 9:30 service, at the conclusion, we're just going to invite you to come on over to the sanctuary to be there to vote. And then, of course, if you're an 11:15 attendee and you normally show up at 11, we're asking you to come 15 minutes early to be a part of the meeting. We'd like for as many as possible to be there to make decisions about future leaders for Northlake, 1 elder and 2 deacons. Now, wherever you are as you view this video, wherever you are right now, I hope that you are sensing the Lord's presence and God's blessing.